Hey, love. Welcome to No Matcha, No Mama, the podcast where we pour a little matcha and a whole lot of truth. Every week, I sit with someone I admire, founders, healers, creatives, and friends, and we share a matcha I've crafted just for them. Everything here is intentional. The ingredients in your cup, the energy that we bring, the stories that we open. But this is more than just a podcast. It's a space for feeling seen, understood, and reminded that whatever you are walking through, you are not walking through it alone. At its heart, the show is about exploring how we can truly thrive through all the mess and magic of being human. There's also space to explore the evolving world of longevity and aging well, from new discoveries, treatments, and practices that actually make a difference in our lives so that we can keep showing up for ourselves, our families, and our communities, while remembering that we are all figuring it out as we go. And here we start with matcha, because how we start matters. So today I have with me someone very special who I love very much, Giada De Laurentiis. A lot of you may know her from being an incredible force in the food industry and on television, but to me, she is family. And I've always admired you for the way that you are so resilient and your strength and the way that you've created such a beautiful life for yourself. And we've both been on this health journey together. And so I really just wanted to have an honest conversation with you about all the things health and wellness and maybe some of your business stuff. So thank you for being here, and let's dive in.
Oh, it's my honor. It's very exciting to see you do this.
Thank you.
Because I really think this is where your passion lies.
Yeah, it is.
So it's really lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate
Congratulations.
that. Thanks. So I made you a matcha. It's just an Americano.
Yes.
I know you don't drink matcha, but...
This is a whole conversation late at 10 p.m. last night.
I forgot to ask you what you wanted.
Yeah, I don't actually, I will say that the time, usually when I drink matcha, I'm in New York. It's in the afternoon and I need to pick me up. And I don't want to have any more coffee because coffee really affects my sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if matcha does or not, to be honest, because it definitely has caffeine in it.
It does, but it's more relaxing, I guess. It's not like such a stimulant because it has the L-theanine in it.
I guess. So I have had it.
Yeah.
But it's not something I make regularly.
Right, it's not your thing.
I do prefer
coffee.
Yeah.
Of course you do. You're Italian.
Baby. Yeah, but you're Italian too and you don't have coffee. You don't drink coffee.
I started to drink. I drank it twice recently, and at the end of the day, I got an insane headache. Like I crashed and got a headache.
Huh.
So like I have
Your
not
body
even
might not
tried
like
it
it.
again. It doesn't.
And I didn't drink coffee for years. I started after I had Jade.
Oh, you did?
So I had coffee, no mama. So yeah, I did. Before that, I only had tea and it was once in a while.
Yeah.
I didn't drink anything in the morning.
Really?
I had like water. I don't
And
know.
then you had a kid and you're like, I need caffeine.
Then I had a kid and a job and it was hard. And then I realized, and I was on the road a lot. And so I leaned on coffee and sugar.
Sugar.
Oh yeah.
What
Lots
an interesting
of sugar.
one.
I mean sugar. Like cubes of sugar dipped in coffee in the afternoon. And basically the coffee was the side to the sugar cubes.
That was before your health journey or during?
No, that was before, before my health journey.
I wanted to ask though, what do you do? Like what's a non-negotiable in the morning for you? Because like matcha is one of mine. Like how do you start your day to make you feel like grounded, centered?
I actually start my day with chicken broth, chicken bone broth with collagen and, oh gosh, what's the stuff that helps you build bones?
Glycine?
No. No, collagen, yes. Not collagen, Mary Grace, the other one. I forget the name of it. Oopsie. But I don't think that you would have it unless you were trying to get a lot of muscle. Like for a woman my age.
Creatine?
Creatine, yes. That's it. Thank you.
I take creatine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So collagen and creatine in my bone broth every morning before I have anything
Can
else
you put
when I wake up.
creatine in a hot drink?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh,
the same
lovely.
way you put collagen.
Right.
I can't do it in coffee. It like really
Makes it-
messes with the texture, with like
Taste.
texture and taste of the coffee. It like makes it milky, and I don't like milk. So I do it in bone broth, and that is the first thing. I travel with it. I send it. I put it in my suitcase, or I send it in advance. Like I have an apartment in New York, and I send it there. And I start every day that way. I've done that for like 2 years, and it has changed my stomach. I couldn't drink coffee first thing in the morning because the acidity would give me a terrible stomachache.
I also think that it spikes your glucose first thing in the morning if you don't have anything else.
Yeah, so I do bone broth first.
Yeah.
Then I work out, whether that's yoga or lifting weights or whatever it is. Then I have breakfast. And I pretty much have the same breakfast every day.
Is it the buckwheat cereal?
No.
Or is it something else?
Lately, in the last year, it has been a certain type of sourdough toast.
Okay.
And avocado.
Okay.
A little bit of Celtic salt.
Because you love salt.
It sounds weird, but Celtic salt is more absorbable for me. And so Celtic salt, because I have low sodium. And flax seeds, because I like the crunch.
Yum.
And that's what I have pretty much every day.
Do you eat eggs or no?
No.
Do they not agree with you?
They do not.
Really?
I'm allergic to eggs, both yolk
allergic?
I have an allergic reaction to eggs.
Really? What's the reaction?
Bloating, inflammation of the stomach and of my sinuses. Because what I have found in my older years is that where there's a weak spot is where the inflammation starts first, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
So my digestive system and my sinuses are my two weakest parts of my body. So that's where I know immediately when I've eaten or been in a space where there's a certain smell or pollution or anything that affects my sinuses or my digestion, then I know like, okay, I have to take care of this. I have to like either not eat this or get out of this hotel room or do something to alleviate it.
My sinuses are pretty bad too. I have like narrow pathways, I think.
As do I.
For a while I was eating dairy and I was fine. And then recently something was going on with my sinuses and I had pizza on Saturday and my sinuses have been like AWOL since then.
It could also be a combo of
of
the gluten.
It wasn't gluten.
With the dairy.
It was gluten-free.
Well, whatever's in the dough.
Maybe, yeah.
It's that goop pizza that you ordered for Roma's birthday. Yeah, I did not touch it because I've had it before and it does not agree with me.
Well, I've never had that reaction before.
Well, we get older and this is your second baby.
Yeah.
So your hormones are different again.
Yeah, it's wild.
And as we get older, we become more, sadly, more sensitive. All of us. It's not just like you and me.
Right,
it's everybody. It just depends on whether you're in tune with it or not. And by the way, sometimes I feel like it'd be so much better if I wasn't so in tune with things. Because I might be happier sometimes. Like I get really worked up.
But if you felt
Yeah, but it also
crappy.
affects me because there's moments in life you can't control it.
Right. And then you know too much and you're like, well, this is messing with me right now.
Yeah. So it's also learning to like say, okay, I have to do this right now. Yes, it is affecting me, but I need to get past it for 30 minutes and then I'll remedy it. But at this moment, I have no control over it. Like there's only so many things we can control.
Right. And so you were really instrumental, obviously, in helping me get on track because I was at a breaking point and then you introduced me to Debbie. What was for you, what was kind of the tipping point? When did you realize that you needed to do something to change the way that you were feeling? Like way back in the day. I don't know if I've asked you this.
I think for me, it's been small incremental changes. I never had like a giant incident. I think for me, it's been little baby steps, a lot of different things. I've never found one thing that has changed my life. I found many different things over time. I have a lot of different practices that I do. I don't do them every day, but I do a lot of things. And I find that it's sort of a combination of all of those things that get me through, to be able to work as much as I work. I also was sadly given a body that is a little less tolerant. Not everybody's like me and you. Some people are really robust. And they can do a lot more things, right?
Yeah.
And handle a lot more that comes at them.
Yeah.
And some of us are not as robust. And it could be for a host of different things. I think some's environmental and some we inherit. It's just the cards you get dealt. So you learn to deal with however that works for you. But I always say like, and I think I said this to you, what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. So you have to,
it's different.
I can share what I know for myself. And then you have to kind of find your own path because we're all so individualistic.
Oh yeah. My issues are different from yours.
Yeah. No, but I mean, in general for everybody, I've never told people like, do this, this, and that, and this will happen.
It's not going to be.
I say, try it. Some of this worked, some of this didn't. So I don't know that I had that one moment that changed my life. I think it's been over a long period of time.
When did you start to make changes though? Like how old were you?
I think I started making changes when Jade was about 2. Okay. So I was 38, 39.
Okay.
That's when I started to see the biggest dramatic change.
After you had a kid.
Yep. Yeah. I know. I think that especially nowadays they talk a lot about hormones and all of that about like right after you have a child and the fluctuations that can happen. They didn't talk about it as much when I had Jade almost 20 years ago. It wasn't quite in the conversation. Before and during pregnancy, yes, they talked a lot.
But not after.
But after you had the baby,
there's a huge
shift. All about the baby. And I think the moms kind of get, at that time, there either wasn't a lot of knowledge or people weren't sharing it. It was, and I think it's a little bit of both. But I also went to work right back to shooting 5 weeks after having Jade, which was really fast.
Oh, no, that's brutal.
Yeah, because in those days, the company you work for could tell you like, hey, we didn't discuss you having a child. Yeah, and I didn't plan on having Jade. I just got pregnant, and so when I was married, so I was like, I'm clearly going to keep it. I think that I was under contract and they were like, well, wait, you have to deliver X amount of shows. And if you don't stick to the schedule, you won't deliver them. So I think I felt pressured to stick to the schedule. So 5 weeks after I had Jade, and I had an emergency C-section. So it was tough to rehab.
Of course.
I went back to work. And that meant like figuring out the breastfeeding, figuring out Jade's schedule, plus being on camera for 12 hours a day, plus like, it was a lot. And so I think my hormones just went bonkers because I wasn't able to rest.
Yeah.
And I had a C-section. So like, I think that probably threw me into a little bit of a loop.
For sure. It definitely
or
did.
a spiral.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure that one out. And that one took some time. And then I ended up with chronic sinus infections. I was on antibiotics all the time. I had to take steroids all the time so I could work. Otherwise, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Like, it becomes this vicious cycle of just trying to get through the day. And that's when I think I started to realize, by the time I was 40, I was like, I had a fitting 3 days ago for a show. 3 days later, when I start the show, I now can't fit into those clothes because
you were bloating.
And also my chest was like double the size. And I couldn't zip it, button it. And it was chaos. Chaos for me, chaos for my stylist, chaos for everything. Like, I didn't know what was happening to me. I was like, oh my God, am I dying? What is happening to this body? And then it all of a sudden, like within a week, gone, shrink. And then it would grow again over.
What?
Like really fast. Yeah, it was a hormone, like it was just this like estrogen.
That's crazy.
Yes, progesterone like up and down and up and down.
That must have felt so terrible.
Yeah, I thought I was crazy. I thought I had lost it. So then I had to navigate figuring out who to go see. I finally went to see this Sikh doctor that did a lot of internal medicine. And he was like, you have mercury poisoning in your liver, probably from shots you were given when you were a child in Italy, because they preserve a lot of those shots with mercury at the time. They don't do that anymore, but we're talking like over 50 years ago. So yeah. And my body didn't like it, so it stored it in the liver, but then I had a baby and the hormones, everything gets cycled through your kidney and your liver. Yeah. So my liver already had toxicity. The bucket was overflowing already. Plus I added more shit to it, like sugar and everything else.
Of course.
So by the time the hormones came in, it didn't have any more the ability to do that. And because I found out over time I'm a slow detoxifier in general, my body works slowly, which means it also detoxifies slowly. Then all these problems just accumulated. So I went to see these doctors. I tried these different things. I tried chelating. I couldn't chelate because I would break up in hives.
What's chelating?
It's when they put you through a pretty strong process of detoxification with certain drugs and IVs. And I tried it. I got like really sick because clearly my body was like, you're pushing me too hard.
Yeah.
Like I need to detoxify slowly over time. I learned all these things, but I didn't know them at the time. So these were all things I had to learn, which was long and hard in the middle of shooting, in the middle of raising a kid, in the middle of opening restaurants and doing cookbooks and going on book tour.
Yeah,
so it was a long battle of trying to figure out what is happening? What is happening here? This is falling apart and I'm just barely 40.
Right.
So how could it be? I haven't had like 5 kids. I don't understand. Good thing I didn't have 5 kids.
Yeah. I didn't know that though.
Well, no, because who's it? You were a kid. Like who shares that kind of stuff? Nobody. No. I don't think there's many people who did. I mean, I've shared a little bit in my books, in my journeys but I think all women go through different journeys. For some women, it's really easy. And for other women, it's really hard. It's kind of how we're built. It's kind of like the amount of pressure and anxiety and stress we put on ourselves. Some can take more and some can take less. And sometimes you don't know until you get there.
Yeah.
Until you hit the brick wall that like, oh, I got to slow this down. Nowadays I do. But back in those days, I didn't. And also I was like, I'm on this treadmill. This treadmill can stop at any time. I should take advantage as long as I can. Also, I was taking care of I was the breadwinner of my family. Like there were a lot of things going on. And so it just, those are the things but I realized, okay, I'm not well. I think from seeing my brother pass so early, because he was 30, so I was 33 when he died. And watching somebody go through a sickness and die, I think you realize, oh, I need to take care of myself. So I knew things were wrong, and so I was trying to fix them. It's just trying to figure them out.
Yeah.
It was then much harder than it is today. Today, there's so much wellness chat.
Yeah.
That did not exist.
It didn't even exist when I went to go see Debbie, like it was 10 years ago at this point. Like no one was talking about that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were kind of looked at like we were crazy.
Well, yeah. I remember your mother pulled me aside and she was like, what are you telling Dina exactly? Because now she doesn't eat anything and she has so many rules. And I said, yeah, but she didn't feel well though. So if she's feeling better, who cares what the rules are?
They did.
But then she let it go.
Yeah, she did.
Just took a minute.
Yeah, took a long minute.
Yeah. And now Carolina, your sister's even on the train a little bit.
Yeah.
No, she does. I can see her. She's like, we're mostly gluten-free in this family. Yeah. We're mostly, like, those are things that didn't exist for her, I think, like 5 years ago. Mm-mm. So,
she's on it.
I think I think she's on it too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as extreme. I don't know that she brings her own water from home in her own glass, but, which I say is delicious. Thank you very much. But I think she takes it and she kind of thinks about it and she,
she for sure does. She cares about the sourcing of everything. Mm-hmm. And definitely.
So you've had an impact. I'm just saying.
We both have. Yeah. It's not just me.
Slowly but surely.
Well, getting everyone else on board.
By the way, this is good.
Yeah.
I like it iced.
Good.
It's very good.
Yeah. It's actually probably tastes better iced like that than hot.
Yeah, I don't think I want it hot. I think iced is delish. Plus it's so hot here today.
Yay.
Okay. What else?
What do you think are some of the things that help you thrive right now? Like, I know you talked about what you do in the morning, but are there other things that you do that really help you feel really good?
Hanging out with your kids, yours and Carolina's and Luca's. All the little grandbabies are so cute. I love acupuncture. Mm-hmm. I do a Japanese style acupuncture. I used to do Chinese, which is what you do with Debbie.
Yeah.
But now I do a Japanese style acupuncture, which is a little bit different.
What makes it different? I
think they hit different points in your body, and they look at the body differently than the Chinese do.
Cool.
It's just a different form, which I find very
it's good to like make a change like that.
Yeah. Well, I had seen Debbie for like 15 or more years. Yeah. And then I just decided I also wanted to find someone closer to my home because I was driving really far to go see her. Mm-hmm. And I found it in my older years. I'm like, I don't want to drive to the outside of town. I just have to find somebody closer.
That's fine.
So I did. And I think I also wanted to take less supplements. I was taking like 60 to 70 pills. And I was like, I can't. Like, there's no place for food anymore because there's so much liquid going in. So I decided I'm going to just shift. And I think that's what I do. I shift. Every X amount of time, I start to shift what I do.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more impactful for me. So I do that. I do infrared sauna. Love that.
How often do you do that?
Oh, I wish I did it more, but I do it once a week right now. Mostly because I don't want to get my hair dirty. I know, but
you could use dry shampoo.
Oh, I hate dry shampoo. No. I can't do dry shampoo. Also because I'm of the age where you have to color your hair a lot, you know? And I like to go like 8 weeks without coloring my hair. So I have to use like a pencil to color my roots. And if I put dry shampoo on top of that, basically I'd be washing my hair every day and I can't. So I do it once a week, but it's really lovely. I do red light therapy. I do that 3-4 times a week.
I have one. I just bought one of those.
Yeah. So I like that. Really for my adrenals.
You think that helps with that?
Your thyroid has to do with your adrenals.
Yeah.
And my acupuncturist, my adrenals and my thyroid kind of go back and forth just because I think when you go through menopause, that's what happens. And so she's like, do some red light therapy. It'll really help.
Oh, interesting.
Both my GP, I think we have the same GP, Dr. Baker. Yeah.
Yes.
So my GP and my acupuncturist both told me that. So I started doing that. And it actually raised the thyroid levels without taking any drugs. Because remember, a lot of the time the fallback is take some drugs.
Of course
and
it is.
I really don't want to take any drugs. So it really helped. So I started to do that.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I do
Good
that.
To know.
Yeah, I do that. And then I also do, what's it called? Mary Grace, what's that called? Oh, no.
Dry brush?
No. Yeah, I do dry brush, but no. I forgot. When it comes to me, it'll come to me. It's called...
what is it? Like, what do you do?
So it's something actually that they used to do for my brother when he was sick. It's...
lymphatic drainage?
That's it. Yes, lymphatic drainage. I have a girl who does that. I do that. I wish I could do it once a week. I really should do once a week.
You could
but
do
I
it
do
to
once
yourself.
every 2 weeks.
You know how to do it to
This
yourself?
is like, no. I go to this lady and she does. She
Who
has
do
a
you-
machine.
who do you
and
see?
She's in Brentwood.
Okay.
She's Russian. Her name's Masha. I don't
Masha?
remember the name of the company. But anyway,
I'll
she
ask
has
her
a
for you
machine
later.
and she does it and it's awesome.
A machine?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a machine.
I've gotten like massages for it. This is different. Ooh, I want to try
This is body
that.
transforming, my friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you the information.
Thank you.
So I do that too.
And I'll share it.
Yeah, I do that too. What else do I do? I do all sorts of lasers. I do a lot of yoga. But I do a different type of yoga. Some days it's just stretching because I love to stretch.
Do you do like Abhinyaga, that kind?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just do
just
I have someone who comes to my house and does
great.
like a curated one for me.
Oh, perfect.
So I lift weights because now at 55,
of course you
I
have
gotta
to.
lift weights. I walk a lot. I have 3 animals that I walk a lot.
You have your pedometer.
I have my pedometer, which I forgot this morning. I'm like, darn it. I count every step. But it's really important. It has changed my life to really count every step. 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Because I was not moving enough. Believe it or not, I was thin, but my sugar levels went skyrocketing in the last 2 years in my early 50s.
Enough.
Well, they were just like, you need to move more because that will balance the cortisol spikes and it will balance your hormones. It's all about balancing hormones at this age. And so this nutritionist that had written a book I had seen, and she, I think it's called cycle syncing. So you sync
I've heard of the book.
Yeah, Dr. Alyssa Vitti. Anyway, so I talked to her and she was like, Giada, this is what you do. You eat a certain amount of protein per day, per meal. Break it up. You can eat this many carbs. So I started weighing my food to try to control.
You were counting your macros, basically.
Yeah, basically, yes. And then, I don't know, yes. And then she said, you have to, I don't care, put a pedometer on, buy a $12 pedometer on Amazon, put it on your body. Do not use your phone. That's what most people will do.
It's not on you all the time.
It's not accurate.
No.
So put it on your body, count every step. You have to get between 8,000 to 10,000 steps. So that's what I do now. I get hopefully close to 10,000. I use the walking the dogs as one of the moments.
Yeah, that's an easy way to do it.
Yeah, and I move a lot more, and it's really helped bring down my blood sugar, my A1C. It's brought down my cholesterol because in our family we have high
I used
cholesterol.
to have it when I was little.
Yep, which it'll come back as you get older.
Wonderful, something to look forward to.
But the immediate thing is they want to put you on drugs because
of course they do.
Yeah, but heart attacks are the number one killer of women.
Okay.
Yes, and it's silent, meaning you don't know that you have whatever it is until you drop dead.
And that can happen with high cholesterol?
And high blood sugar, yes. That is why they tell you immediately, like, and then you do a battery of other tests. They make you do artery, like just to make sure arteries aren't clogged, similar to what your dad passed of. That's what he died of. Affecting by long history of high cholesterol, he had little plaques in his veins by his heart. That is what you don't want because there's nothing they can really do about it.
Right.
So they'll make you take that test. I don't have that. So they don't push as hard for the drugs, but really they want you to lower it. It's really not good for your overall health and wellness.
But you're saying staying active helps lower the cholesterol.
Stay active, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm really active.
I think that sometimes we think active is like, oh, I should run a marathon.
No, it's just being mobile.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know whether or not what their recovery is, what your ability to recover is. Like, I know that I do not recover well. So I could never be an athlete because I would never recover. So if I did a really hard HIIT class, it would take me a week to recover.
Well, HIIT is actually pretty hard on your hormones.
Right.
I don't do HIIT either.
But a lot of young people do.
Yeah, and they don't realize it.
Correct. So for me, I can't do that. If I did a really hard class, I wouldn't work out for 3 or 4 days. And she's like, that's the worst thing you can do for your body. Consistency
is better. Yeah.
Yes, and just moderate. She's like, you don't need to go run a marathon. You don't need to run on the treadmill for 45 minutes straight at an incline. You just need moderate movement all day. That is what your body's going to thrive off of. And having done that now for a year and a half,
you feel so much better.
Yeah, and the levels went way down.
Amazing.
Like way down to normal ranges.
Wow.
So I realized
it's like that one simple shift that you made.
Yeah, but it's different for everybody.
Of
so
course.
for me, it was all based on my labs.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd hurt anybody to do 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day if you can.
Yeah.
I think the movement is great for everybody across the board.
Yeah.
Eating, it's up to you what you want to do.
I mean, it definitely matters.
Yeah, but everybody's different.
Of course.
Like some people will spike with white rice and some people won't. Some people spike with quinoa and some people won't.
I want to wear one of those monitors.
You should. The glucose monitors.
Justin was just telling me about how one of the monitors, though, like some people were dying from having diabetes because the monitors were like reading things incorrectly. That's a little scary.
But you don't have diabetes, so you don't have to worry about that.
I'm just saying that was a little alarming to hear.
I mean, I think with technology, there's always going to be hiccups. Yeah. I think there is with everything.
Yeah.
So... yeah, but
I mean,
for the most part, it's helped way more people than it's hurt. Having said that, if you are diabetic, yes, you should do it with your doctor. They should prescribe it and they should monitor it for you. You shouldn't be monitoring yourself. You don't have diabetes.
No.
You're not even pre-diabetes.
No.
So you're just doing it to figure out what's triggering your body. Just remember that what triggers your body today could be different than what triggers your body next week. That is how...
That's crazy.
How immensely our bodies are shifting at this age.
Right. But then if I'm doing it this week and I know what triggers it this week, then what's the point?
You do it again 3 months from now.
Oh, so you just have to keep doing it to like see.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like a one and done.
No. So I did it. Then I did it again 3 months later. Once I got on my levels to a normal spot, I quit all of it. I stopped doing it. Because I was like, I don't want to become obsessed. Right. Because that's what happens, right? At least for my personality. So I was like, okay, I'm done. So I haven't done it now in like a year and a half. I do everything else though. I try to eat the amount of protein I'm supposed to eat and watch how much carbs I have. I definitely walk. I definitely do yoga. I do all those other ancillary things. Mm-hmm. But eventually, Dina, I'll get to an age where I'll have to do another shift.
Yeah, of course.
Because it
Our
changes.
bodies change.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Giadzy and sourcing and all the things from Italy, because the Italian diet is obviously great for longevity in a lot of ways. And I love Giadzy foods, and I think that like sourcing is really important, obviously, for me and for a lot of people. And I think it's amazing what you do because you really care and you're putting these incredible ingredients out there, and it's a lot better for us than some of the stuff here. So like, obviously it's not just about flavor. It's about knowing the food that's supportive for the body. So like when you're choosing the ingredients, what are some of the non-negotiables?
So Giadzy has gone through some pretty aggressive cleaning of house. Mm-hmm. So when we first started, we were carrying a lot of Italian ingredients, Italian products from many different suppliers. We had a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then about a year ago, I started really looking deeply into what we were selling. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of stuff here that we should not be selling.
Interesting.
You know, so for a number of different reasons. Some of them had high sugar. Some of them had a lot of different stabilizers. I was like, okay, let's get rid of the cookies. Let's get rid of a lot of these things that I don't really want to sell anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're bad for you. They're not. And we did get pushback from a lot of our followers like, hey, I wanted to get this and I wanted to get that. I'm like,
sorry, we're not selling it anymore. Yeah.
It's not part of the ethos anymore. We're moving along here and we're trying to figure out what is, listen, it's a fine balance between being able to have a market, right? And having consumers and also delivering on what the philosophy is. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to clean it up. The pastas have always been super clean, and the tomatoes and the olive oils.
Well, because they're just
and
like
salts.
single origin things.
All of the other things were mixed.
Right.
And so I cleaned all of those out. So we don't sell those anymore.
Okay.
So now the company is strictly just pasta first, tomatoes, olive oil, and salts for now, and herbs. But all stuff that I source myself that is uber clean. So the pasta. You know, I think for a long time, pasta's gotten a terrible rap. And I think people were confused as to what am I buying? They love buying it because it's a really inexpensive way to feed a family, right? And people love it. And it's comfort food. And I think it's become part of the American diet, really, the way hamburgers are. It really has. And so I really wanted a product that represented what we grew up eating, which I think has gotten lost over the years. And not for any other reason than it's big business. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just the pasta that we import from Abruzzo, which is probably one of the biggest states in Italy that is mostly agricultural. Okay. There are very few people living in Abruzzo. Okay. So they grow a lot of their wheat, a lot of the semolina that they turn into the pasta. It's also about the bronze dyes, okay? And the reason that you want bronze dyes and not plastic dyes is because—
what are they?
So the dyes is the cut of the pasta.
Oh, the cut. Okay.
So it's like a little piece that you add into the machine. Oh. So when the dough gets extruded out, it's in the shape of—
oh, got it. Okay.
A casarice or a nodi marini or a rigatoni or whatever.
The shapes.
Yeah. So
they
those
use
dyes—
bronze, not plastic.
Yes.
Got it.
So most of them from Italy use bronze, not plastic.
Interesting.
The difference is that they use plastic. Some companies in Italy do use plastic. So I'm not going to say that they don't all use it, but for the majority of them, they don't. In America, we mostly use plastic because you can push out more dough and you can make more pasta.
Of course.
It's like letting chickens run wild and eat whatever they want, grains, and chickens that are cooped up that you're force feeding, they grow faster. You can sell more chickens. You make more money. Mm-hmm. That's the idea, right?
Of course. Everything
but
here is about more money.
When you push the dough through the plastic extruder, it changes like the molecular structure of the dough because of the heat. Because the faster you push out dough, the hotter the dough has to be. Right?
Oh my God. So it's literally also hot going over plastic. Oh my goodness. I didn't know this.
Most of them also have like a little Teflon on them, so they slide out faster. It's like a Teflon pan, right? You put the fat on it, it slides around much easier. It's the same idea. Okay. So that is part of the problem.
Oh, goodness.
The type of flour they're using is also part of the problem. The drying process of the pasta is part of the issue as well, because
What's the drying process?
Well, it's slow dried. My pasta is slow dried.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do not slow dry it, you quickly dry it, again, it changes it. So the way you digest it is going to be different, which is why it causes so much bloating.
Okay, so it's not even necessary. So it is obviously some part flour because of the flour that they use, but it's also, that also affects the digestion.
Yeah, but even if you use great flour and you're throwing it through a plastic dye.
Yeah.
And then you're drying it really fast, you're still changing the molecular. Like these things change.
I did not realize
the
that.
molecular structure, heat, intense heat changes things.
Wow.
Like we have to put that through.
Yeah.
It's kind of like putting something in a microwave.
Which I don't do.
Right. But like it changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of also like if you cook at a really, really high temperature something, right? And you're not feeling great already, you won't digest it as well. You just won't, because it changed, again,
the structure,
right? So a lot of times that's why they tell you, like, if your tummy isn't feeling well, it's good to have chicken soup where the chicken is cooked slowly in a broth. You know, it's like, think of it like something that goes from being cold to being super hot immediately is going to do this. So it's different.
Yeah, it's going to constrict.
Correct. So the texture and the molecular structure changes. I'm not saying it's always for the worst. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it can be. So you have to just figure out. We have to be more sensitive how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And to the way that food is produced rather than just what food it is. So it's really scientific. So it's hard for people to wrap their heads around. So I try to make it as easy and digestible as possible to relate it back to something they can understand. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so pasta has multiple steps, and that is part of the issue as to why people say to me all the time, I went to Italy and ate all this pasta and I didn't get bloated, I didn't feel it.
It's because of the way that it was made. The different steps, all of it.
But it also, And but also you probably moved more on that vacation and you probably had a really great mindset when you were eating it and you were enjoying yourself. So these things are all of it, right? That's why we call it La Dolce Vita at Giadzy. It's the product, it's the way it's sourced, but it's also who are you enjoying your life with? Who are you enjoying these meals with? Because all those things we forget, they affect the way our body and our gut talks to each other. Right. If you're angry and you're eating something, you're not going to digest it. Probably not going to digest. You're probably going to get bloating. That's just so.
Yeah.
You got to like think that food has all those elements, which is why that's the philosophy at Giadzy. Tomatoes, I mean, we only sell the baby cherry tomatoes, Tatterini, Corberini. That's it.
Why?
We do not use big tomatoes. Well, partly it's because the big tomatoes tend to be more acidic.
Okay.
Partly it's because, tomatoes, when they grow in the ground, there's nickel, which is a heavy metal. Naturally, there's nickel. The nickel comes from the volcanic ash.
Okay.
Naturally.
Okay.
The longer it sits, the longer you can have heavy metals in the actual tomato.
So the bigger
smaller,
it is.
It's like fish. The bigger the fish, the more they've eaten in the ocean, probably the more toxic they are. The smaller the fish, the less time they've spent in the ocean, the less toxic they can usually be. Sardines, anchovies, stuff like that. I take the same philosophy for tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
And
I think the small ones taste a little bit better too.
They're way better. They're sweeter. Naturally. They're a lot of the ones we carry are nickel-free.
A lot of the ones you sell, don't they come in glass containers too?
Some of them come in glass containers. Some come in metal containers. The metal containers are lined with non-toxic plastic. So these are all the things you got to consider.
Yeah.
Right? So, and the little baby cherry tomatoes too, you can eat them straight out of the can. Make a Bloody Mary with them. The bigger ones.
You can't do.
Well, you can, but it's going to be more acidic.
Right.
These are sweeter naturally.
And
you don't have to add sugar. You don't have to add anything.
They probably digest better too.
Much easier to digest. Yeah. So that's why I carry them. Olive oils, We do monocultural olive oils. That means one olive from one hectare of land, one farm. And a lot of what we sell in the gold bottle is from the north. Very mild. You can use it for everything.
Yeah.
But very clean.
Yeah, I love that olive oil.
And then we sell one from Puglia, which is in a tin, which is spicier for people who like something a little bit heartier. I wouldn't necessarily cook with it.
No, you like drizzle it on things.
Yeah.
Salad.
I mean, you could cook with it if it's low heat, but I wouldn't use it for high heat cooking. Also just because it just intensifies that flavor, and sometimes that can be off-putting to people. Mm-hmm. And then soon we'll have a little bit of a blend from the north, which will be a little bit cheaper for people and have sort of a little bit more flavor because people are asking for that kind of blend. But it'll still be Italian olives and only 2, not hundreds, which is what we usually find.
Really?
Hundreds from all over the world, which can sometimes be harder for us to digest. So those are like a little bit of the sourcing. And I think our runaway hit is our gluten-free pasta.
Yeah, I love it. It tastes so good.
Yeah, and it holds really well.
It tastes like regular pasta.
I gave it to Raffi.
Oh, yeah. I saw this
and
video.
She did not know the difference. And then she was so mad
when
I told her it was gluten-free. Because in her mind, she doesn't want gluten-free. She's like, I'm not gluten-free. I love regular pasta and I know the difference. And when she didn't, oh my God, I didn't hear it. I mean, she was so mad at me for like months. So if she couldn't tell the difference, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what makes it so special. Yeah. And so now they carry it at Gelson's, which is really only in LA, or in California. Erewhon.
Yeah. Well, the gluten-free is not at Erewhon.
No, not at Erewhon. Only Gelson's carries it. Amazon carries it.
Yeah.
And then obviously Giadzy. And then we have a sprinkle of mom and pop stores around the country. And then we have Citarella on the East Coast.
Oh, nice.
So it's fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the gluten-free. I've had it a couple times.
Well, I'm excited. And I love the little videos. I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, Giada. Okay. I wanted to ask you a little bit about kind of balancing work with motherhood, because you've raised such a beautiful, like genuine daughter. And Jade's amazing.
She's fun.
She's fun.
She's so sassy, Dina.
Well, I'm sure she's in her teenage years, but like she's a good kid.
Yeah, she's a good kid.
How did you like juggle work and raising her? I mean,
one day at a time. I made a lot of mistakes. But I think that the key to it is figuring out that I couldn't do it all myself, that I couldn't be there for her for everything, that I had to pick and choose and figure out what was the most important to her. And getting great help. You know, I had some really lovely ladies who helped me. I mean, I still have Betty, who's been with me since Jade was like 6 months old.
Oh, she's still with you that long.
Yeah. And she, you know, even during my divorce, she kind of split her time between the 2 homes to keep Jade stable.
That's
like
great.
To just have like some stability. Kids need a lot of stability. And I think divorce is really hard.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the divorce was hard, not just on me and Todd, but I think also
Jade.
Really incredibly hard on Jade.
Yeah.
And I think conversation. I tell her all the time. I'm like, I am not a perfect parent, but I'm doing the best I can. And if you have anything that you think would be helpful, or if there's things that mean a lot to you that I'm not seeing or understanding, then I want you to know I'm open to listening to you.
Yeah,
let's have these conversations.
That's really
because
good.
there is no manual. I wish there's a manual we could all read, how to be a perfect parent, because we're all wanting to do that.
Yeah.
But we have limitations. We just do, based on what we saw growing up, what we have when we're older, everything. There's just limitations. So, you know, you tell me. And Jade's an old soul, so she had no problems telling me. And I think that was really helpful.
That is, because I think there are a lot of women work. Most of them don't stay home. I mean, a lot of them do, right? It's split, but it can be really difficult to figure out the balance of raising a really good kid and also like achieving the dreams and the goals that you have as an individual because you matter too.
Yeah.
And
And I think whether you stay home or you don't stay home,
they're both hard.
Super challenging.
Yeah. But
super challenging.
Being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job.
Absolutely.
Being a mom and having a job is also 2 full-time jobs.
It's really hard. And if you don't have family here to help you, it's even harder.
Yeah.
So I think it's realizing that you can relinquish some control.
Yeah.
And that you'll always be the parent to that child, but there are going to be other people in her life that will fulfill the things you can't do and fill those shoes for you and can love your child almost as much as you do. I never thought that was possible, but I realized over time it actually is.
My nannies love my kids so much.
And I actually think it's great for kids to spend time with other people
It
because
100%
they
is.
also gain so much.
Yeah.
They learn about themselves.
Yeah.
And they gain so much self-confidence.
Independence
And
too.
independence from you. And I think that's really important. So everybody chooses a different path.
Yeah.
They all do what they can. And, you hope, you keep your fingers crossed you've made the right choices. And every kid is different.
Oh, yeah.
They're not the same. And I think if you listen and you hopefully find the times that are the most important to them, that they want you to be there, and you make the effort to be there. And is it a sacrifice? Absolutely. Will you leave some things on the table for yourself? Yeah, you will. But hopefully it all balances out. You can still do what, most of what you want, and hopefully you pick a partner who's there to support all of it. And if you didn't, okay, well, you'll find another partner that will help you. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Sometimes it's just a best friend. Sometimes it's a coworker. Sometimes it's a nanny. Sometimes it's a therapist. Like, who knows? It could be anything. It could be a coach. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Anyone.
There can be other people in your life that can help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Be open to
beautiful. That. Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask you one other thing about work, because you went from being like a private chef and you shifted into like this bigger world. And as your life changed and your world expanded, what were some of the most challenging adjustments?
People taking me seriously. I think that was the biggest adjustment.
Really?
And challenge. Yeah, because I think everybody has a preconceived notion of what a chef cook should look like. And I never fit that mold. I was too thin. I was too cute. I was too little. Like,
so many judgments.
So many judgments, yeah. And so I think that getting people to really take me seriously was the biggest hurdle that I encountered. And that was from everybody around me. It was viewership, viewers, it was coworkers, it was networks, it was advertisers, it was everybody. And so I think that was really hard. And I think that's where I lost the most sleep and where I angst the most is that. And that actually happened as a private chef too. I lost jobs because of the way I looked.
Really?
Yeah, because wives were like, oh, this girl's
I don't want
not
this woman
hanging
in my
out.
kitchen.
No.
That's so
and
crazy.
She's not even coming in to drop off food, because I dropped off food for some people. I don't want her around, period. Like, I don't want her around my husband. So that was really hard.
Yeah.
That was really, really hard. And in restaurants, it was like, she's too little. Like, she's not going to pick up a pot by herself. Like, I'm going to have to help her with getting in and out of the walk-ins with these heavy bins of meat. Like, she isn't going to be able to do it because she's not strong. Like, it's all of that. So I found it in almost every genre of what I was doing. So, and on TV, it was just like, who is this girl who looks this way? There's no way she can cook. There's no way. You're feeding her all of this. This is not her doing it.
Oh my God.
It was always that.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah. My boobs, big part of my conversation.
Course.
My boobs, like, I couldn't, my boobs, that's why she became popular, because she has boobs. Like, it was a whole thing.
When did you see that it started to shift?
When I opened my restaurant in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Not until then? Oh my goodness.
I opened that restaurant. I did not have any restaurants at that point.
Yeah.
None. I only had a TV career. That's not usually how this works. Usually you open restaurants.
And then you have a TV career
and
later.
Books. Yeah. So I did TV career, books, restaurant. But not just any restaurant. on the Las Vegas Strip, 300-seat restaurant from zero, which is huge.
Yeah.
Bigger than the hotel itself, which only had like 250 rooms. So that, once that became successful, and now it's been 11 years there, then all of a sudden people started taking me seriously. And they were like,
that's crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay, maybe we misjudged her. There were a few people in my world who took me seriously.
Yeah.
But I mean, coworkers that helped me but for the most part, no. And so I think once a year in and people started realizing this is really successful, and at the time I really was one of the only female personality run chef restaurants on the Strip, I think people started realizing, oh, wow, we have to take her seriously. Okay, now we're going to start taking her seriously. So that shifted the conversation for me.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know that you weren't taken seriously. I always just thought you had this amazing career.
I mean, listen, my first cookbook, when you do a cookbook, you try to get other chefs that are more notable than you to write you, little blurbs.
Uh-huh.
And I'd asked, Mario Batali, because he was my god at the time.
Yeah.
And probably still to this day, one of the best chefs I have ever met in my life.
Really?
Yes, just by far. And this is before his scandals. But he too was like, if I had a pair of those, you know where I'd be in this world? That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And I was crushed because I think he was my mentor.
Well,
he
you
was
kind
the
of
person
idolized him in a certain way.
Correct. But then there was, on the flip side, other people like Bobby Flay who were like, I think you can do this. This is the lawyer you should use. These are the points in the contract with Caesars you should look at, because he'd had a restaurant there for a long while. And so there's a little, and you have to learn to play a chess game in this world, especially as a lady or a woman. You just have to learn how to move those pieces around. And there are people out there that will help you, and there are people that are out there that will help you, but at a price or with some digs or whatever. And you learn to okay, so I do this over here, and you literally play a game of chess. And you move your pieces the best way you know how, and you learn from all of your mistakes and your wins. And you think to yourself, what's the goal? Okay, this is how I'm gonna play this game. And it's a game.
How did you push through though at sometimes? Because it seems like if you weren't taken seriously, that must have obviously really hurt. And it must have been difficult to not show that. And you couldn't.
I showed it.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You would get really upset.
Yeah. You have not seen me, but when I'm at work, if I get pushed too hard, it takes a minute. I'm kind and respectful until a certain point.
Yeah.
And then I'm not anymore. I had some knockout, drag out fights with Caesars, for sure, to get what I wanted, because I was in a boardroom of all these executives, men.
Yeah. All men.
And I had to fight my way through it. So I learned how to do that, and I learned to get what I want. It took years and years. I've been doing it for 24 years now, or 25 years. Nowadays, it's a little easier. They take me seriously. But in those days, no. And also, I think it's also learning to take yourself seriously, because when the outside world doesn't take you seriously, it's actually demoralizing, and it's hard for you to take yourself seriously.
Yeah, because you start to believe because it leaches into you.
Correct. Yeah. So, and I think too, from our family, it's not they're not always super, I think they've gotten better at being supportive, but they weren't always so super supportive.
Really?
I also stepped into a world that our family did not understand.
Yeah.
Since they were in the movie business. I think TV at the time, 25 years ago, was
what are you doing?
Nowadays, TV is the god.
Yeah.
It's the gold standard. At the time, it wasn't. It was cable television? What the hell is that? So I think support-wise, it got better over time. But in the beginning, no. There was this much support.
That sucks.
And this much, I think nobody expected it. No one expected, I think, me to do anything, because I'm a girl. And most of the expectations were for the boys in the family, right? But that's just old school Italian thinking.
We showed them.
Yeah, of course. But it takes time to get there.
Yeah.
And you got to fight like some battles to get there.
Yeah.
But eventually we get there. So, it makes for a good story. I always tell people, like, the more battles you have and the more losses you have, it makes for a better story in the story of your life.
Well,
if they're all wins, what a boring story that is to tell.
But also it makes you who you are. It builds you up into being like a life force, right?
Yeah.
And it gives you strength and...
Yeah. But it's hard to see that when you're in it because it sucks.
Of course.
So but yeah, I think everything that you see and experience in this life makes you who you are. And I don't think at 55 I'd change that. I am who I am, and there's great parts and there's also probably not so great parts.
Well, nobody's perfect.
But we always have a few different sides to us.
Yes.
And I think as we get older, the beauty of it is you learn to accept who you are and move on. And know you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Not everybody's going to like you. I mean,
correct.
Just
but when you're younger...
Not everybody should either.
Yeah, but I think when you're younger, you want everybody to like you.
Of course. You feel validated by other people's opinions of you, and that makes you feel good, right? When really you should be looking inside yourself to feel good, not outside.
But that's a journey.
Of course it is.
It's such a journey.
It's a self-awareness and a self-realization, and then once you get there, you're like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Think whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always jealous of people who don't give a shit right from the get-go. I'm like, wow, I would have saved myself a lot of pain if I could have just been that way.
But you were supposed to go through that.
But I wasn't born that way. I just wasn't.
You were supposed to go through it.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah. But I tell Jade every day, I'm like, if you don't give a shit, that's so much better.
Yeah. Does she?
Sort of.
Sort of.
She's better than I am. But she still has a lot of empathy, yeah. Which is also good. I wouldn't want to, No. Anyway, she has a nice balance of both. She's not as people-pleasing as I was, which is lovely to see.
Yeah.
And if that's the only gift I gave her, that is enough.
That's beautiful. She is enough.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being so open.
I'm honored to have done this.
I wanted to ask you one more question before we wrap. What is one thing you would tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to accept myself the way I am and that I am enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I say, if that's what I left, if that's the only thing I've given Jade at her age, then I feel like I did what I was meant to do here. Mm-hmm. But really, that's it. You are enough, just as you are. You don't need to change to be enough. It took me 55 years to get there.
Wow.
But I've realized that now. And I think that's it. That's what I would tell myself is you're enough. No matter what people say, you're enough.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, you are.
So Dina, you're enough.
Thank you.
Tell Roma, tell Dino.
Oh, I do every night.
Spread the word.
Every night I tell her she's enough.
Yeah.
I give her words of affirmation.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you know what? It makes us who we are today. Mm-hmm. And we will do differently with the next generation. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you. I'm going to end with a prayer. Okay. May we carry what we need, release what we don't, and stay open to the magic that is unfolding. Thank you for sipping your matcha and sharing your heart with me.
I'm going to finish both my drinks.
Okay, you can. Thanks for listening to No Matcha, No Mama. If you loved the episode, share with a friend, leave a review, or come say hi on Instagram. My handle is @Dina De Laurentiis. Some of you probably already know this, but if you want to connect with Giada, you can find her at Giada De Laurentiis on Instagram. She also has a Giadzy Instagram, and she just launched a YouTube channel, Everyday Giada. Please subscribe to my YouTube and my Spotify if you never want to miss an episode. And remember, thriving takes intention. See you next time.